So for today's event, we have with us a special person. She is the CEO and the founder for 𝐿 Robot, the world's first AI-powered smart toy. It teaches children language and STEM skills. It is recognized by the Times magazine as the biggest invention in education. So without much of a delay, let's call upon Ms. Elnaz Sarraf.
Hello everyone, my name is Elnaz Sarraf. I'm the founder and CEO of 𝐿 Robot, which is an AI-powered educational robot for kids in language learning and basic STEM. I moved to the US about 15 years ago, worked on several projects, and finally co-founded my first company about 8 years ago, which we have baby monitors. And then about 3.5 years ago, I started my current company, 𝐿. I also am on the board of Consumer Electronics Association, Small Business Council. I'm an official member of the Forbes Technology Council, senator and ambassador of the world's largest international angel investment forum. And I'm also a mentor at several accelerators. Arriving in the US actually brought so much excitement and opportunities for me. I always been interested in running my business because my father was a businessman in Iran, and I would always accompany him to his ventures. I found it really exciting about building and running a business because of its challenging nature of, for example, like in finance, marketing, strategy, operations. So I always wanted to have my own business. And when I moved to the US, that was the biggest dream that I had. And I saw a lot of opportunities in the US to do that. But my biggest and major obstacle in the beginning was my lack of knowledge about this country's culture, the one that I joined as an immigrant. Not only did I want first to finish my education, but I also wanted to know more about the US and how things work actually, how to open a business, run the business, and create a company that its product would actually benefit society. My major obstacle when I started my business was to raise capital for my ventures. You know, when I moved here, I had limited networking in the investment community in the US, and I had to start everything from zero. Many doors got closed on me, and raising funds felt like more challenging than I actually expected. But I didn't give up because, in my opinion, every rejection really taught me a new lesson. It helped me change my approach, strategies, and even ideas. They also taught me valuable lessons in knowing how to separate the feedback that I want to take away with me and those that maybe didn't really help my company's growth. Both my ventures were in products that required work in both software and hardware. Each one of these, components raised its own challenge. But I must say, when you have a hardware product, it makes it even more challenging because so much goes into building a hardware. And even if a small part of it is not in the right place with the other components, can create a lot of challenges. But also building a physical product requires a lot of capital. You know, when we started 𝐿, we didn't even have a working prototype, so it was difficult to convince the investors to trust us and put their money into our company and idea. I constantly was thinking, should I first raise the capital, then build a prototype, or do I need to somehow build the prototype and then raise the capital? But we were really lucky because after so many failed attempts and more than 200 rejections from investors, we finally got to raise our first round of funding, which was 4.2 million in financing in our seed round. This amount we received really helped us to start building our prototype. In the process, I learned about how important it is to make sure that we are continuously testing our product and getting feedback and making sure when we launch the product to the market, it's not faulty. And of course, we also had some instances that the technology caused some problems for our users, but I would say, you know, these things are typically normal for hardware companies. We also wanted to make sure that our product is an impactful educational tool rather than just being a toy. So we met up with child psychologists, teachers, researchers in early childhood education to make sure our robot's content is really aligned with the latest research and also standards. You know, creating a method for teaching through the robot is very exciting, but it's just in its beginning time. And because our goal was to create a companion robot that interacts with children, we knew that the first important thing is making sure that we can build a trust between the robot and the child. And as much as the physical appearance of the robot is important, it is also really important to create this bond and connection with the child through conversations. So we consulted a lot of researchers and professionals to develop the right approach to teaching and entertaining children while they actually learn. So it took us quite some time. We really started with a broad thinking about the content. But when we did a lot of testing and spoke with experts, we realized that we have to narrow down our approach in teaching languages, because language is the building block of any other skills. So we took the advice, and now our robot, its first and foremost capabilities to teach languages. That broadly also covers other topics like social sciences, math, arts, and so much more actually. It really took us months and lots of user testing to get to this point. But now product is at a stage that our customers are saying that they're really having fun interacting with this educational robot. Another challenge in the path of success in our startup has always been hiring the right talents, that the people that share similar passion as us in education and technology, and people who are really ready to bring fresh new ideas to the table. You know, not only to just create the product and contribute to the company's growth, but we are always looking for people to bring creativity and having the ability to solve problems when there is a lot of work in creating this innovative product. You know, the concept of teaching with technology, and especially with a tutor robot, has not really been around for many years. So it is challenging to find the right candidates with specific experience. So defining a certain position in our startup has been really challenging. You know, a lot of times even listing the requirements becomes challenging. And you know, our company and like so many other startups, is changing rapidly. So when I have interviews with people, I really try my best to focus on the candidates not on how many years of experience they have, but to really think about the diversity of skills that they can bring to the company. So that has brought a lot of challenges because it is time consuming, but of course it's worth it because you want to make sure that the team that you have is sharing the same passion and vision with the other team members in the company. I believe, especially also with products that deals with children, the responsibilities are always also much higher. So onboarding the right fit has always been really essential for us because we believe, again, the right team can help the company, and any startups, they can help the company to grow rapidly. And that has been one of the reasons for our success, because we have an incredible team, passionate and skillful, and really helped us to build a successful product. And we've got a lot of attention from the media, to the point that our robot got featured on the cover of Time magazine as one of the best inventions of 2019. Recently, our last challenge of this year, I would say probably, is the localization. We are growing rapidly and we are expanding into many regions, but now we have to adjust our technology to the requirements of every new market. We are continuously making adjustments to our content, to the robots, to the languages, and every part of the globe that we launch, we also need to consider the culture as well. So it is really essential to find the right partners who can help to understand the country's rules, culture, just regulations, and making sure we have the right approach and standards. And of course, these things take months of research and development, and especially for startups, it is time consuming. And with the startup spirit, everybody wants to do things fast, but you also need to consider that everything great that you're building takes time. Despite the challenges that we face every day, we always cheer up together as a team as we get some exciting feedback from our customers, or for example, we get some emails of collaborations that teachers and researchers are really interested and excited about collaborating on our product. It just makes us really excited. It gives us a lot of energy, and it really encourages us to continue moving forward despite the sleepless nights, stressful days, because when you're building a company, a startup with a meaningful mission, it is important to also listen to the feedback of your customers and market. So when we hear positive feedback, we get really excited. And when we also get constructive criticism, we realize that we have to make our product better and better every day. And we believe that our product can really impact the lives of so many children around the world in the way that they learn in the future. My final advice is to be persistent and believe in your dreams. Work on something that you truly love and care deeply about. That way, if any challenge comes your way, if there are some difficulties in the business, you can always overcome it and be on your path to a successful journey. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Miss Elnaz, for sharing such amazing story with us. Your education, your learnings, your life story. I hope each one of us is enlightened by it. Thanks a lot.